Want to get face to face with sharks without being fish food? Or hang out with some seriously happy penguins? Then welcome to Ripley's Aquarium of the Smokies, an award-winning spot right in the heart of Gatlinburg. But is it worth the hype? And how do you make the most of your visit? Don't worry, I've got you covered. Today we're doing a complete walkthrough so you can plan the perfect visit. Now on with the tour. Right when you walk inside, you're hit with a giant turtle skeleton and probably the biggest indoor play area I've ever seen for kids in an aquarium.
Alright, that looks like fun for the kids. I'm kind of jealous now. I'm kind of jealous I can't get in there.
The whole place is really set up for the little ones. For example, you can check out this tree stump in front of the play area when you first get in. Bend down and there's fish inside.
Oh wow. Yeesh.
There's a bunch of cool little things like this all over the place. Some I'll show you and some you'll just have to find for yourself when you come. Also, right when you enter, to the right of the play area is guest services, locker rentals, and restrooms. Very convenient for when you first start. And then from here, your real adventure begins, on the upper level, in the Tropical Rainforest. And here you instantly are transported to one of the planet's oldest ecosystems. You'll find poison dart frogs, electric eels, piranhas, iguanas, and some fish that just seem to be permanently stuck on stupid.
Stuck on stupid.
He's stuck on stupid. You look like you're stuck on stupid. They're all stuck on stupid, especially that one guy in the center.
Yeah, definitely.
He ain't moving for nothing.
No. I think he's asleep.
I know, right?
And probably the cutest creature in this whole place. I mean, come on, look at this guy. You gotta admit, man, you love this guy, don't you? He is the cutest thing you're gonna see in this whole video, I promise you. This is a bottleneck area, so be prepared. This space is a bit small and can get very cramped very quickly. And from the rainforest, you walk directly into the ocean realm. One of the first things you'll see is the moray eels, and they are an amazing sight to see. Then there's the sea walnut jellyfish that light up with rainbow colors, and they don't sting like other jellyfish. Just a quick fun fact there. This is where you can also see schooling fish in a massive tank, scorpion fish, which are the absolute masters of disguise. I had a hard time finding this guy, but I finally did. He's right there. And of course, you've got the sea goblin. I just love this guy. Look at him. The way he looks is so awesome. Then when you transition from one area to another, you have a small wall of glass showcasing their filtration system at the aquarium. It's not really much to see, but it's still pretty cool. They also, right next to it, have a few natural sea filters. Then you have the shark lagoon. Now, first, the view from the top is alright. It's not going to win any awards, obviously. But then again, the best is yet to come. Next up, you have the colorful coral reef exhibit. And no, this is not the best I was talking about a moment ago, but it ain't bad. It's just not what I was talking about yet. But this place does have pot-belly seahorses and a giant tank filled with every color combo of fish you can think of. And here you'll find Nemo and Dory. And if, you want to be technical, clownfish and blue tangs. But who knows them as that, really? Come on, guys. You also find butterfly fish and all kinds of other colorful reef life. And for some reason when I was here, this section was very packed, so we just kind of moved on. But it's also a very small section. The space and the amount of exhibits as well. Very small, not very many. And now for what is arguably the main event, the Big Kahuna, the Shark Lagoon, where there's a 340-foot underwater tunnel on a moving glide path. And a glide path is basically just a flat escalator. You step on it, it does all the work, letting you enjoy 360-degree views of sharks, and, more sharks. But no BS, this is one of the coolest things you can do in all of Gatlinburg, besides the Hollywood Cars Museum. I love that place. But we're not talking about that today. That's a video coming soon. Getting back on track, if you don't like the moving path, you can just step off and use the walking path right next to it. It goes the exact same route, you won't miss a thing. And here you'll find sand tiger sharks, nurse sharks, and even giant sawfish in here. They're all swimming around with stingrays and hundreds of other fish that are just cruising around you. And don't worry about that glass overhead. It's 4 inches thick and made of a special acrylic that they say is actually stronger than concrete. At least that's what they say. And be sure to keep an eye out for Sally, the giant green sea turtle. She's the aquarium's local celebrity, and she should be showing up right about there.
Oh, turtle.
Where?
Right there.
Oh, turtle.
Also, for additional charge, you can do the glass bottom boat adventure that takes you out over the shark lagoon. And yeah, you have just 3 inches of actual glass, not acrylic, between you and the sharks below. So there you go, have fun. But personally, I think the views in the tunnel will be much better and a lot more exciting. I've done a glass bottom boat tour before, not here, but at other places. And underwater is much nicer, I would say. That's just my personal opinion. Again, I haven't done the glass bottom boat, so I don't know.
If you're enjoying this video, please like, subscribe, click the bell, and check out our website, www.americatravel.fun.
Once you peel yourself away from the sharks, you head into an explore and play area, which is meant for kids, obviously. But as for grown-ass adults, we had fun too. For example, you can touch harmless jellyfish, or check out the nitrogen cycle tree and crawl into this tunnel just to see some neon fish. We have to crawl all the way down here to see
Glowing fish.
glowing fish. Gotcha. And of course, they put mushrooms underwater. Psychedelic mushrooms, that's cool. Yeah. And yes, all 4 adults were in here at the same time, and we still actually had room. And really tall people may have some issues, but I really do think it's still manageable. There's also that huge plaything from the start of the video. That's 3 stories tall. And it just looks truly amazing. This is where I wish I was a kid. Look at this thing. Then kids can also pop up in the middle of some of these small tanks here in the center and get some incredible views. Now, once your kids are done playing, or you'll move into definitely my second most favorite section of the entire aquarium, right after that completely amazing shark tunnel. The Gallery of the Seas. This has the strangest and most variety of sea creatures I have ever seen in one spot. Like this guy. I don't know what he is, but he sure is interesting. Or his octopus friend, who is really flat that I could barely get his eyes in the video. There's also the Pacific sea nettle, which is a big jellyfish that eats smaller jellyfish. There's giant crabs and shrimp in a red light to help simulate their dark environment, while letting us still see them. And there's several other tanks with different creatures like the cuttlefish, who look like tiny squids and do shoot out ink too. Then you slide into the interactive educational exhibits. Again, meant for kids, but we enjoyed it. It's actually quite nice and really educational in a fun way, like this sandbox. You move the sand and you can make land or you can make water, and the animals migrate depending on what you create. Gotcha.
Got it. Yeah, I got it.
You make land.
I got it.
Mountains.
I got it.
Depending on what you do, depends what animal comes up. There, I'll connect it, make a land bridge. There we go.
Here you'll also find some historical exhibits along with a few lizards, snakes, and turtles. And this interactive screen thing, which was really kind of fun. Yeah, screen thing, that's the official name because I have no idea what to call it. I'm sure it has one, but I don't know. Screen thing. Yeah, I like it. Then you have Stingray Bay, where you can see cow-nosed rays, southern rays, and spotted eagle rays. This is a very small area, but a big tank and a whole lot of viewing space. So you could spend plenty of time here and get a great view, no matter pretty much wherever you are. And of course, there's a place to grab some food. Feeding Frenzy. Now, I couldn't get a clear shot of the menu, sorry about that. And we didn't eat here, so I really don't know how the food is. But from what I could see, it was nothing great, just basic burgers, hot dogs, fries. Nothing really great, and it did seem overpriced for what you're getting. And I did try looking up online, but there is no publicly available menu for the Feeding Frenzy. So you just have to go there and find out for yourself when you show up. Sorry. But there's much better places to eat in town, and I would definitely suggest doing that. From here we get to another one of my favorite spots, the Penguin Playhouse. This is an incredible $5 million exhibit, and they really did do a great job. And like the rest of this place, it's designed with kids in mind, and to make you wish you were a kid even more than before. Kids can crawl through these clear tunnels and pop up in the middle of the habitat. I am so jealous. I wish I could do that, just to see what they're seeing. But adults can get a great look from the main hallway. You get to see above and below inside the water, so it's not that bad. When we went, we actually had gotten lucky and showed up right at feeding time, but we had missed the penguin parade because we didn't check the schedule. So, pro tip, when you get here, grab the daily schedule when you arrive, or check it online ahead of time at least. They do live shows like the penguin feedings here, and a penguin parade which you probably don't want to miss. You could also book a penguin encounter for some extra one-on-one time. We didn't do it on this trip, but it's definitely on my list for next time. Once done with the penguins, you get to pet some stingrays. And don't worry, they're perfectly safe to touch. And it's an amazing experience for both kids and adults. They feel extremely soft and smooth, gliding right underneath your fingertips. You've got to try this. It really is fun and pretty amazing. And of course, you exit through the gift shop.
And of course, you got to exit through the gift shop like Disney World.
Just like this.
Oh yeah.
And you know the rule. Have you really been on vacation if you hadn't at least checked out the gift shop for a t-shirt or a hat? And for an aquarium gift shop, it was really a nice one. And not really overpriced. $12, $13 shirts, hats around $15. And it's a good variety of stuff too. It didn't look like cheap junk, it all looked half decent. They have anywhere from some jewelry, not gonna say a whole lot, but a little bit, to shirts and hats of course, stuffed animals, coffee mugs, candy, toys, glass and porcelain figures, keychains. It's a pretty big store as you can see, so they have a nice variety of stuff. Then at the very back of the gift shop, you finally get to leave. So before we answer the big question, here are just a few final tips to make your trip just a little bit more perfect. First, buy your tickets online in advance to save some cash. I'll have the link down in the description below as well. Second, the whole aquarium is fully wheelchair and stroller accessible, so don't worry about that part. Bring what you need and enjoy the entire thing. And finally, if you can, try to get here on a weekday morning right when they open. It gets packed and you'll want some elbow room for the best views. But that being said, it's also a great place for the extremely hot part of the day, which is what we did. It got up to around 96, 98 degrees. We said, okay, it's time to go inside. And the AC in here worked great. It was really nice. So is Ripley's Aquarium, the Smokies, worth it? Yes. It is more than just looking at fish. It's a super immersive, really fun, genuinely educational experience that takes a solid 2 or 3 hours to do right. It's perfect for families, couples, or anyone who really loves sea life. Let me know down in the comments what was your favorite creature that you saw in the video, if you've been here before. If so, what's your favorite part? And what are your tips for the aquarium or Gatlinburg as a whole? And if you're enjoying this video and getting ready to plan your own Smokies adventure, please like, subscribe, and click the bell icon so you don't miss the next video. And for more travel tips and tools, head over to our website, americantravel.fun. And if you want to know more about the Smoky Mountain area and what it has to offer, then watch this video here. And as always, I want to thank you for watching, and until next time, have fun, guys.